What do we got? All right, guys. We are up 0.2 of a pound, but we are also awake earlier, so that can be expected. Let's roll. Yo, what is going on, guys? We are outside the gym. It's gonna be a quick mobility day. Got my acting class at 1 p.m. I'm gonna be running through doing that 3-4 hour acting class. Then we'll be heading to, man, the sun is dirty. Then gonna be heading to vaccine number 2, getting the second vaccine today. Gonna be fully vaxxed, and then I'm gonna be just all over everyone. So anyways, guys, gotta get in, gotta get out. It's mobility day, as I said. Stay around. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna show some mobility footage, and we'll get at it. I'll check you guys later. This doesn't work very well when you're holding it with the wrong hand. I can't cover the camera and then shut it off at the same time. Shit. Peace.
What is going on, guys? We got mobility day, and I'm going to take you through a little bit of my mobility routine. Not everything is here, but we're going to get to it. These are known as Jefferson curls, Jefferson curls. I'm doing it with a barbell right now. Kind of a more beginner stage would be actually to use dumbbells. We're talking very, 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 very lightweight, guys. Obviously, a barbell is 45 pounds. I have done these up to, I believe, 115 pounds, maybe 120 pounds, so about 60 kilos. But recently I've switched back to going just to the bar because my legs should be straighter. My hamstrings should be completely, my legs should be completely straight. My knees should be locked out. So I've went back to lighter weight and really just working on strength through length and active range, increasing the active range of motion, y'all. And I really feel it in my deadlifts and things of such that have hip hinge immediately after. I just have a further range of motion and just bulletproof in the back, y'all. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Next, we are moving on to what I would call straddle good mornings, saddle good mornings, like a horse saddle. You don't need a bench. I kind of like the bench as a marker, just to kind of as a reference of how close I'm getting to the bench. But this is really just a saddle good morning. I was doing seated good mornings on the bench for a very long time. Again, strength through length. You do not want to basically round to the back. It should be all hip hinge, slight bend of the knee, and then no more. Basically just the upper leg and hip is moving back. Really just trying to work on that hip hinge and that stretch, squeezing the glutes basically the entire time, especially at the top, almost like a kettlebell swing of sorts. Just further trying to get into my glutes, activate my glutes, just to build that station wagon, that station wagon booty, or that beaver dam, or that Paramount Physique peach, or what else we got. So anyways, saddle good mornings. I also do just kind of regular good mornings, which would be more of a kind of just a regular stance width, depending on my goals. But I really like to straddle good mornings just to kind of get into my hips more and just to kind of build out that mobility, because my legs just aren't spread that wide through most of the days of the week. So it's always good to get into that range of motion. Guys, these are a staple. I would program these into everyone's program if I could. The Nordic, basically hamstring curl. These will destroy your hamstrings. They're extremely humbling. You can see I got 3 pads. You can see the hamstrings just popping there. You can see I got 3 pads on right now. And we're working on basically the eccentric movement, going down and holding it. This day I was very, I was tired as hell. This is actually mobility from 6 days ago. I did mobility today as well, but I thought I was running out of time today to record because of my class, so I decided to show my mobility here. And this day I was very tired. Strength just wasn't there. So, for example, I can do this to a flat bench or flat ground. Those pads would not be there. My hips would literally go all the way down to the bench to the same height as my knees are. It's extremely humbling, guys. I can get 1 rep on flat ground. Doing it this way, I get about 3 sets of 13 reps currently is what I'm working at. You really want to squeeze your ass the whole time because you want to minimize the bend in the hip. You should be as straight as possible because the more bend in the hip, the more ass you're using. And on these, we don't want to be using our ass. We want to be using our hamstrings. We want the leverage point to be right behind the back of our knees. And the more you bend at the hip, the less goes to the knee. And we're trying to bulletproof the back of the knees right here. So that is the Nordic hamstring curl. And moving on to kind of a glute ham raise, where people do Nordics or glute ham raises on this machine. Like I said, I prefer what you just saw in the previous video of me with the strapped on to the bench there for numerous reasons. It's measurable, so meaning that you can add height of pads or take away heights of pads over weeks of time, and you're able to measure the exercise in terms of progression. Is far better than using the glute ham raise to where you can't. But what I'm doing on these are the opposite of the Nordic. Actually, this is almost just like a glute extension, sort of. It's actually what it is it's like, I call it like glute ham raise machine frog pumps, because I've got my knees, frog pumps are debatable. I don't do frog pumps, but when you do them on this glute ham, when you kind of put your heels together, you know that glute exercise where you lay on the floor and you put your feet together and then you lift your hips up off the floor. I think they're called frog pumps. So I kind of have that diamond shape with my legs, and I'm really just focusing on that glute contraction at the top. And again, I'm actually trying to do all hip hinge here. And basically the bend at my knee is not changing at all. I'm really just doing hip hinge, kind of back extension, glute extension type work here. Again, just really trying to fire up those erectors, get blood into the low back, into the glutes is to where I want it. So I'm actually really enjoying these. I've never seen anyone really do these, like this kind of a variation, I don't think. So just feeling them out. I crank it out about 1 set, 15 to 20 after my Nordics, and I move on. Fam, these are kind of like knees over toes because I broke my ankles. So what I do here is I push my knees over my toes as far as they can go with a decently heavy load, and then I explode up, pushing through the calf muscle as well. And it's kind of an explosive movement, good for athletes, good for athletic movements. Here we're moving on to, you could say like an elevated squat, but I would call it knees over toes squat, because what I'm doing is I'm purposely I'm not just squatting raised heel. My intention here is to push my knees as far over my toes as humanly possible, because I want to strengthen that range of motion. Bulletproof the knees, guys. So I'm deliberately trying to push my knees over my toes as far as possible while keeping tension in my hamstrings the entire time. So you need to find that sweet spot to where you're keeping tension in the hamstrings the whole time, but you are pushing your knees over your toes as far as they can go. So that is the theory behind that. Moving on to what do we got here? It's calf raise machine. This is a tibialis / calf raise machine. It's an Italian machine. It's dope, actually. I'm not sure if am I doing calf? Oh no, I'm doing tibialis right now. So this is a tibialis raise. It's the front of your leg. Nobody trains tibialis. I probably have the strongest tibs in the gym. No lie, I've never seen anyone put a quarter on each side and crank out like sets of 15 to 20, 3 sets, 15 to 20. It's because, guys, I put so much work into my feet and my calves and my tibialis and my knees, as you can see on these mobility days, because of the fact that I broke my ankles. And it's kind of funny, a guy who broke his ankles, I had to grow my calves back a second time. And so, if you ain't if you don't have calves, but you're not training them 4 or 5 days a week, then you shouldn't be complaining, because for calf work, if you're trying to grow your calves, and say there is to some degree a genetics can help make or break you. It's no different than someone having a booty, someone having big shoulders or a chest, or a great back and a small chest, or vice versa. Genetics do play a part, but if you're someone that is lacking in the calf department, you should be training your calves 4 to 5 days a week. After every single exercise, guys, pick one exercise, do about 4 to 5 sets, leave a couple reps in the tank, and just hammer that volume every day, and your calves will grow. If you ain't doing that and you still say that your calves won't grow because of your genetics, it's bullshit. I don't care what anyone says. Do it for 100 days straight on calves, and just get it done. You can see when I'm doing these standing calf raises, I'm kind of digging my feet in like, I'm stepping on a cigarette, like I'm just kind of getting in there, getting them in there tight. And then you want to kind of switch. You can switch. You can keep your toes straight. You can turn them in. You can turn them out. It will all hit different parts of the calves. I recommend doing all angles. I recommend doing full range of motion. I recommend doing stretches at the bottom, holds at the bottom. I recommend doing holds and stretches at the top, guys. You want to spend time in the short range of the muscle and in the long range of the muscle. When I say spend time, you want to, do some sets to where you're holding it in the bottom, holding the stretch. And then you want to also hold it when the muscle is completely shortened at the very top. That's going to build strength. And when you're working, doing a lot of holds on the muscle stretch, you're getting a lot of muscle damage, muscle breakdown to induce growth as well. So calves, and feet, and tibialis, and knees, and hips, and back on mobility days, guys. Ears, ankles, knees, and toes, wherever that song is. Looks like I put another calf video in here, so we're gonna watch that again. Really just trying to focus on smashing those calves. Sometimes I'll hold the machine, like you can kind of see where I'm holding the machine right now. Sometimes I'll hold it right there, and sometimes I will hold the actual part of the machine that's moving with me, and that actually will likely usually makes it a little bit harder, because you really don't have any leverage. You're just kind of moving freely with the machine. And guys, you never want to, when you're using machines, generally you don't want always to have continuous reps. You want to control the machine. Don't let the machine control you. You don't just want to get in like inertia or like momentum of just once you start cruising and just kind of letting the machine do the work. You want to be making sure that you are the one doing the work. So anyways, guys, that is it for today for the mobility. That wasn't all of it, but there'll be more in the future, so stick around. Thanks for watching.
What is going on, guys? Just finished acting class. I had my table set up over there. Did my scene over there. It was good. Learned a lot from this one. So I'm gonna get my video tomorrow with all the notes, screen recording. Then I'm gonna go through that, put it into the next scene, and also put that into my future roles that I have coming. So that's good. I'm currently on getting that cardio in on the clothes that I wore for my acting class, which by the way were all the wrong clothes for the character, apparently, and I got in trouble. So, it's perfect. Need to fix that. Anyways, going to be heading for vaccine number 2 right away and finish this cardio. Do vaccine number 2, and then maybe sending out a newsletter, an email newsletter. I'm gonna record a video for that real quick, for all things Paramount Physique, all things Thomas Michael Para. If you want to get on the newsletter, just comment below, shoot me an email, find me on social media, whatever, let me know. Go to my website, and just hit contact and shoot me an email, let me know. If you want to get in on all things that are going to be coming, some merchandise, I've got a lot of merchandise things coming through. Gym program is coming very quickly. YouTube obviously is firing up because that's what we're on right now. YouTube's going to be rocking. So, we're just getting going, guys. Anyways, I gotta finish this cardio and then I'll catch you guys in the next one. What's going on, guys? I got a mosquito bite, man. These suckers. Quick snack before I go get vaccine number 2. You can see we've got this. And what that is basically just 2 white cheddar rice cakes. I cut up some barbecue chicken breast from last night. Oh, that mosquito bite. Threw on some sauerkraut. Guys, if you don't have sauerkraut in your life, you should get sauerkraut in your life, in your gut. And then we got kind of a mustard mayo. Just threw some mustard on there. Some of this garlic mayonnaise from the Pro Shop. Really good dieting type foods, again, at the Pro Shop. If you guys are looking for, alternatives to, say, barbecue sauce is really good. The syrup is really good. I haven't tried the cheddar cheese. The garlic mayo is pretty good. It's freaking garlic, though. It's like garlic. It's like garlic sauce with mayo. But then there's straight up mayo. Outright bars, there's a pretty cool complex carb, kind of like cream of wheat, but it's rice. Anyways, to help you guys hit your macros, hit your goals, because it's all about the macros, man. It's not what you eat, it's how much of what you eat. And, that looks pretty dope. I'm gonna put that other rice cake on top and crush this. And, there's all these like ways of eating out there. Flexible dieting, flexitarian, all these things, right? At Paramount Physique, we say you just eat like a fucking adult. Just eat like a fucking adult. Don't eat an entire fucking cake, but have some cake. It's called eating like an adult. So, anyways, for anything food related as well, like I said, foods to help you hit your macros, things of that nature, that can replace alternatives, ketchups and things, or whatever, check out the Pro Shop. Link is in the description. Save yourself some money. Free shipping in Canada on orders over $79, I believe. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna get the vaccine number 2, and I will catch you guys probably on a walk. Yo, what's going on, guys? We are fully vaxxed, double vaxxed. Oh, I'm feeling wild right now. I feel real wild. I feel about to freaking. What is a fully vaccinated single dude going to do right now? Masks are no longer mandatory on Monday. Actually, no public anything. Man, it's kind of crazy because I was thinking like, as the restrictions lift, and one would like to get out and start, socializing, schmoozing, have a little bit of fun, go on some dates, kiss some girls. Let's be real. Just being real. Work is picking up more and more, and I'm gonna be home I'm gonna be working more. Fuck, man. I don't know when I'm gonna get time to go out and make out. Blessed though. Got myself shaving, yo. Kind of screwed up, messed the beard up too. Anyways,
What was I going to say? Oh, needles. I love needles though.
Last but not least, guys, it was check-in day yesterday. Came back from Canmore. My diet wasn't as accurate as it has been, nor was my training. I was working out in the backyard Tarzan tent, and I was guesstimating at least one meal per day, is to where usually I'm accurate AF to the gram. So looks like we're not really any worse for wear. I think I may have taken a half a step back in terms of my progress, but we are back on the train. So let's go.